shoulder surgery in his throwing arm. So hopefully, you know, everything works out well for him. The one good thing about our team coming back is our offensive line is all intact. So we have our whole offensive line back intact, and sometimes that's the major important part. What we have to do is really find us, you know, some running backs that can step up and replace DeJuan Marshall and Davenport. Yeah, so, you know, and then we look at our wideouts. We have Corey Sullivan back, who's, you know, been, since we came here, been a very, very good receiver. And we have to find someone to replace Tyrone Butterfield, which was an All-American great receiver for us. And, you know, you go down and you look at Ike Boone. Ike Boone been an academic All-American, been a 3-year starter for us. McNutt is another guy that has great potential. Mike Thompson at tackle. And can't say anything about Benny Anderson, a guy who started off last season, then broke his foot, and then came back at mid-season and came back and played. So on our offense, it's kind of like really put together. You look on the defensive side of football, we got to replace 2 great football players, and that's Jarek Hillary and Daryl Hinton, the 2 safeties, 2 older guys. And then you look in our defensive line, you're talking about Eric McCray, which we lost. And what we do have, we have Lamar Carter back, who's been a OVC player, all-conference, all-American since I've been here, the 3 years I've been here. And we switched him to free safety, but we're probably going to end up switching him back to outside linebacker and hoping we can get somebody to fill in those voids.
And of course, your first game will be in the stadium.
Right.
And this will give you an opportunity to play before a large crowd. But, Coach, you've played since you came to Tennessee State University before a large number of people on many, many occasions. Let's talk about that, because certainly this new stadium will give you a new opportunity to have a larger crowd here. But talk about some of the other exploits that you've done in terms of your attendance.
Well, you know, since we came here, I think when we came with a lot of emotion, a lot of curiosity. Everybody, you know, really wanted to, you know, see what this young coach was all about. And the only thing I asked was to give me an opportunity, and I think the people here in Nashville did that. And, you know, I think about our first homecoming game. We set the highest attendance ever in a homecoming football game at Hale Stadium. And then we went down to Memphis and had the largest crowd they have ever had in that Memphis stadium. And at one time, we had the 2nd largest crowd in the state of Tennessee last year. I mean, you know, the Volunteers were first, and then we were number 2, and then the Orioles and Vanderbilt and the rest of them was fighting out the lower half. So, you know, it has brought a lot of excitement here, and you know, I'm looking forward to the same thing to happen when we move into the new stadium downtown.
And so, what is the attitude that some of the players have in reference to that new stadium?
Well, I think they're pretty excited, because you always can say, how many 1AA football teams play in an NFL football stadium? You know, that's something that we really pushed during recruiting. We took our recruits over there, and everybody's, you know, looking and just say, wow, you know. And, you know, when you play in an NFL stadium, you know that they'll be there kind of watching you. And, you know, a lot of our guys' dreams is to play in the NFL. So, you know, it gives the Orioles firsthand and look at our kids.
You know, Coach, you talk about recruiting. Now, this is really about your first real recruiting team, is it not? Because you've been somewhat, I guess, skilled or fortunate to have been able to win an OVC championship without having had an opportunity really to recruit most. Why don't you talk about that? That's an unusual kind of situation.
Yeah, you know, I came in an unusual situation. You think before I took the job, we had 3 different coaches here in the last 10 years, and we still had Coach Gillum kids, Coach Bill Thomas kids, and Coach Davis kids. So I had 3 different types of athletes into the program, and then when we came in, that was a 4th different kid. So every coach has different attitude, what he looks for in a recruit. So, you know, that's something that I had to form the rest of the 3 groups into what I believe in, and that was a hard job. But we ended up getting them turned around here, and like you say, we did it in 3 and did a remarkable turnaround. I mean, we ended up had to get rid of football players and bring new ones in, but this is the typical year of LCole6 class right now, the 4th year that we're coming in now. And now I'll really see, you know, well, what have I done as far as recruiting-wise?
Well, and of course, coming off of the OVC championship, Coach, I would imagine that there are many opportunities that are now available to Tennessee State University's football program simply because of being victorious in the Ohio Valley Conference. And as I think, as you've indicated earlier, many of the teams that that you defeated are now especially looking to play you again this year, and certainly they want to burst your bubble in a real sense. Now your first team, what's that first